is Colleen Reynolds with your watercolor how-to art tip, lifting back branches. This is the painting of a mountain bluebird. That's our Nevada state bird. I call it ICU. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use a damp brush to lift back some soft-edged branches in the background. So I have already painted a very gray background, and I am going to be lifting now from this very wet surface. So I have a damp brush. Most of the water is out of it, and I'm going to do a calligraphy stroke. So see how that lifts back a little bit? So what you want to do is get most of the water out of your brush, and I'm just going to do some calligraphy strokes with that brush, just to get a sense of those soft, out of focus branches. And then I also want to paint some of the gray tones on the back side of the lift. So you want to be conscious of the direction of the light. So then we'll have a combination of dark and light, and since the paper surface is still quite damp, those branches will be soft and out of focus. I do want to lift out all this extra water that's running down here at the bottom, because I don't want to get a background down there. So you kind of have to have a third eye of what's going on. So all that water collecting, that bead that's collecting down there, you want to soak it up so it doesn't dry back. So this is quite a fun thing to do. Just do a little bit of lifting after you've already painted the surface. I started this kind of with a totally wet surface and painted, and now I'm lifting back some lights to keep this soft, out of focus look. So I'm going to come on with my brush and then continue that branch on the other side of the bird so it doesn't look like the branch stops at the bird. And then you want to softly paint the underside of that lift. Bring it down there a little. It gives it a nice soft touch. Let's go ahead and do a little more significant lifting. So the paper is a little bit drier, so I have to push a little harder, and then remember to wipe off that color on your towel. I quite like this effect. So in the end, you get a very nice soft effect of soft edges in your background. And remember to keep track of where the light is coming from so you know which side to paint and which side to lift. In my painting, the light is coming from the upper right. One of the most important things about watercolor then is learning how to understand the wetness to dryness of your paper surface. And for this method of lifting back branches, you'll want to have a wet surface, then paint, and then lift before the paper dries. And so this is the final painting, ICU. It's an 11 by 14 watercolor on cold pressed paper. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Colleen Reynolds with your watercolor how-to art tip on lifting back branches from a wet surface.